What's up, everybody? My name's Parasite. Welcome back to Schoolboy to Superstar with Borussia Dortmund. Today we have Manchester United in the Champions League final. A huge match. The biggest since probably our first Champions League final in the first season of this save. We beat Real Madrid to win the Champions League last time. Now we have to beat Manchester United, who knocked us out in the Champions League last year, I believe. They're the year before last. The year before last, they knocked us out in the Champions League. Last year was Liverpool. We beat them. So now we need to beat Man United. It's going to be an ask, but we've had a much better season than they have. We've played 34 games in the league and got 97 points, which is a record. I think we beat our own record for most points in a season. One loss and one draw, which are also records for least amount of wins or least amount of draws and losses in a single season. It's been a huge season for us. And if you compare that to Manchester United, we had 97 points. They had 73 points in 4 more games played. So, yeah, we've had a much better season than they did. They're actually only qualified for the Europa League, so they need to win this match to get Champions League football next season. So that's huge. I mean, obviously, that means they have a lot to play for, which we are guaranteed Champions League football no matter what next season, so we don't really have as much, but still, I want to win the Champions League final. We played a few games, and we have a few injuries, actually, but the 2 games we played Hoffenheim with our full backup squad, third squad, for a couple backups. Cherky, Rainier, Alcaraz is kind of a second/third string guy. Nianzou is a second string guy. Obviously Van de Voort. But Cherky with the hat trick to give us the win. Cherky was fantastic this game. It was the Cherky game. His best game of the series so far. And to give us the win, which we didn't really need, but obviously we wanted to keep that form going. Which is why I played the starters for the last game against Werder Bremen. I wanted to keep the run going. I wanted to keep the form going. And I wanted to keep their fitness up as much as I could. So I played them for Werder Bremen, and of course, Jadon Sancho got injured. Luckily, the reason I decided to do it on the last game of the season was because I knew I could give them injections and they'd be able to play in the final. So he has been given an injection. He will be playing in the Champions League final. But we played really well against this game with Werder Bremen. Pepetti with the goal, Mukoko with the goal, and Erling Haaland with a penalty. So kind of the normal guys you'd expect, Mukoko and Haaland. Pepetti, he gets a fair few goals every now and then, so he's a pretty good goal scorer as well. Bellingham, not quite. Bellingham's probably our third best goal scorer, but he didn't quite come up with the goal this game. Reyna with another fantastic game. He is just unreal. He's the highest average rating for any player for us this season, 7.64, better than Haaland's, which was 7.68. 7.53 in all competitions. So better than Haaland. Where did he get? Yeah, he wasn't quite as good in the Champions League. Only 7.17. Let's see what Reyna had. Yeah. 7.72. Reyna was ridiculous. It had 8 assists in the Champions League. 5 player of the matches. More than he had in all 20 appearances in the Bundesliga. Wow. Reyna's ridiculous. Look at those average ratings. Reyna's just amazing. Best player right now at the club. Over Haaland, probably. He just is more consistent than Haaland is. He's always good. He's a fantastic player. And we're going to need him to step up today. If we have any chance to beat Dortmund, we need him, we need Haaland, we need Mukoko. Those are the main 3. We need to step up. Sancho having a good game would be nice, but I'm not really sure with that injection. We also had to give another player an injection. We had Xanax Zagadou, who's out because of a sports hernia. He's been out for a little bit. But between the games, we had an injury to Andrea Pepetti. He also had to get injections because it was like a 3-week injury, and he would have missed this match if I didn't give him injections. So he's going to get injections. He's going to play. So this is the squad I'm going to play in the Champions League final. Berkey getting what might be one of his last starts for the club in the Champions League final. Nets at right back. Pepetti, Collins, and Calafiori finishing out the center back. It's the left back. Camavinga, always as our defensive midfielder. Bellingham and Reyna, superstar partnership. Sancho getting the start with the injury at right wing. I thought of starting Cherky just because he had such a good game the last time he played. But Jadon Sancho has been fantastic this season. 7.16 on the season. 7.16. So he's not been great in the last 5, really, but I trust Jadon Sancho a little bit more than I trust Cherky. Cherky, especially early on in this series, has really disappeared. He had a lot of very bad games. Sancho hasn't really had terrible games. Cherky does have a fair few, so I decided to go with Sancho. Haaland and Mukoko, obviously going to be our strike partnership. No questions there. But we got a full bench now. Van der Voort is on the bench, so we've got a goalkeeper in case we get a goalkeeper injury, which I don't think I've ever had in Football Manager in a game. I don't think I've ever had a goalkeeper injury in a game, so I never put goalkeepers on the bench. But with an extended bench, might as well, especially since it's such a big match. Other than that, kind of the normal names on the bench. Sebastian Gomez makes the bench. Yusuf Demir makes the bench. So, yeah. Pino has to make the bench because of the injury to, the loan, because we loaned out a Kanji and because the injury to Zagadou. So he has to make the bench, but he's played well in the games he's played. So, I mean, obviously I wouldn't bring him on if I needed to bring on a center back. I'd bring on Nianzou, which I might very well have to bring on a center back for Petty. And I might need to bring on Turkey if Sancho's not playing well and is hampered by his injury. So, not ideal, but it's a Champions League final. We've got some of the best players in the world. If they step up, we definitely have a chance to win this and win our second Champions League final in 4 years. This is the Manchester United side that's going to take us on. De Gea at net, Pierre Kalulu at right back, Mancini and Maguire at center back, Ferland and Mendy at left back, De Jong and Tielemans at center mid, Bailly on the right, Rashford on the left, Fernandes in behind, Anthony Martial. They're without Mason Greenwood, so that's a pretty big miss because he's really good. They've got guys like David Neres, Jesus Corona, Adrian Rabiot, Paul Pogba on the bench. That's kind of ridiculous. So their bench is probably a little bit stronger than ours because Pogba is one of the best players in the world and he's on their bench. They got a lot of great midfield options. Pogba, Rabiot, Tielemans, and De Jong. That's a ridiculous midfield, but they don't have Martial, Rashford, Fernandes, Bailly isn't quite as good as Haaland, Moukoko, Sancho, Reina, Bellingham. We should win this match, I feel like. The way we've played all season, the way we've played against really good teams this season. Obviously, we played really well against Liverpool the last time out, so hopefully we can build on that and have a good performance here against Manchester United and do ourselves justice. In the press conference, or in the team talk, let's say I want you to, if you could pick up where you left off in that last match, you will get your hands on that trophy. Yeah, if we can play like we did, I mean, obviously it's a big difference in quality between the last match we played and this one, but still, if we can keep that good form going, we can definitely win this match. We've been in amazing form this season. We've won like 30-some games in a row. And I think 30-some games in a row. I don't know what the exact stat is, but we've won or drawn a lot of games in a row. Well, Ryan, the big game is finally upon us. Can you win the Champions League here today? Today's the kind of day where we find out what we're really made of. We've got everything in our hands, and it's up to us as a collective to make sure we see the job through. Leon Bailly is one of the best dribblers in the Champions League. Do you have a plan to stop him? We're definitely going to have to pay him close attention, and we've worked on some ideas in training, which is tackle him hard. They've actually not been in the best form. Off and on. Based on their record, they should be a loss this match. We've had 2 draws, but we've won a lot of games. So, yeah, it isn't all wins, but a lot of games without defeat. I think we've gone like 36 or something like that. So that's pretty impressive. It's a heck of an end to the season. So let's see if we can continue that here today. Like I said before, they've got a lot of impact players they can bring off the bench. But so do we. Nico's an impact player. Might not seem it, but he is an impact player. He seems to always play well when he's given game time. Got impact players at the fullback positions. We've got Sancho heads it just over. If Rayan Cherki could play like he did in his last match, he could be an impact player. Kyle Jorge, maybe not as much at striker. They don't really have anyone at striker either, though. So they don't really have. I don't know if they even have a striker on the bench. I mean, Neres could probably play there. Diallo could probably play there. That's about it. So they need to really rely on Anthony Martial. Of course, Rashford could go up top if they needed a striker. They're going to be very relying on Anthony Martial, which obviously we're going to be really relying on Haaland and Moukoko, but I mean, every team's relying on their striker. Sancho, playing well, getting a ball across, but it gets blocked, but it's going to fall to Bellingham. But I think De Gea made the save. What a save that was, because the ball was bouncing all over the box. Reina's shot gets blocked, eventually falls to Bellingham, who you expect to score in that instance. But a good save from David De Gea. He might not be he's actually been in better form recently, but he might not be the best goalkeeper in the world anymore, but he's still ridiculous on this game. I've used Manchester United in FM21, and he's ridiculous. But not ridiculous enough, because Andrea Papetti scores from the corner. Huge. That's what we need if we're going to win this match. We need players that, I mean, obviously we need our big stars to step up, but if we can get players that are a little bit lesser known, like a Papetti, to step up and score a goal, I don't see how any team in the world beats us. Any team in the world. That is huge. Now we need him to defend Martial. I don't know if he's onside. Okay, I guess he was onside, but that was the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. The ball just sat on the goal line, refusing to go across. And eventually gets cleared by the goalkeeper. But that is, I've never seen that in Football Manager. That is ridiculous. It always seems to trickle in whenever something like that happens. But luckily for us, not this time. And we go into halftime, a quick halftime. Not very many highlights in that first half. But we have the 1-0 lead. We have the XG lead. They don't have a shot on target yet. I don't know what you would call that one that was basically laying on the goal line. But I'd call that a shot on target. It did hit the post, but it's still basically a shot on target. In terms of performances, Sancho playing really well with that injection, the same as Papetti. So it's good to see the two players that I gave the injections to are actually playing well. I didn't have a whole lot of expectations for them because usually when they're playing injured, they don't have the best performances. But they've stepped up today. Reyna always steps up, but the top two, Haaland and Moukoko, still aren't showing up for big matches. That has been a recurring theme. And we need it to change if we're going to win this because they're probably going to get a goal. So we need to score some more. We've got a lot of yellow cards. I don't mind that, though. A lot of our defense is not ideal. Collins not having his best game. He might come out for Nianzou here sometime soon. If he continues to struggle. And he's on that yellow. Petty, I don't think I want to take off because he's obviously a goal threat. Let's get into the dressing room. Whereas can I say don't get complacent out there. Definitely do not get complacent because they are very likely to come back. I have faith. Everyone's motivated or convinced or pleased. I'm considering bringing Nianzou on now, but Nnamdi Collins is a very good defender. He doesn't have the best technical attributes, but he's just so fast. He's now gone up to 19 acceleration as well as 19 pace. He was 19 pace, 18 acceleration. He's now 19 in both. He's probably the fastest, not even probably, he's the fastest center back in the game. I don't think I can take him off right now. Valued at $47.5 million. Everyone wanted him last transfer window. No way I was selling him. He was our starter this year. He's really developed since we've given that chance to be a starter. Let's just start the second half. Have our first highlight of the second half here in the 54th minute. It's our throw-in, but it's going to go to Manchester United. Maguire looking for a ball over the top. Nets clears it out. It goes to Reyna eventually. That's exactly who I want on the ball. I trust Reyna completely. Makes a nice pass to Sancho. Looking for a ball across, but he gets tackled by Mendy. It's going to fall to Luka Netz. The youngster Luka Netz, one of the youngest players in the squad right now. Except for maybe Moukoko. But it's going to be bouncing around the box quite a bit. Netz is eventually going to get tackled, and it's going to go out for a throw-in. And that's probably going to be the end of the highlight. A decent highlight for us there. Some dangerous chances down that wing. And it looked pretty good that we can continue to hold possession. We're getting the second balls. Everything seems to be bouncing for us this game. So that's kind of what you need in games like this. Our two best players are the most tired players on the pitch, which isn't ideal. But Moukoko having a horrid game. Collins, again, going down to a 6.4. I think I'm going to take him off. I said how good he is, how fast he is. But Nianzou's no slouch either. And he's not on a yellow. I need one of those defenders to be able to get a yellow card if we need him to. Obviously, right now we only have Nets. So I'm going to make that change. Moukoko, I don't feel like I can take him off. He can always pop up at the goal. He's so dangerous with that pace, with that finishing ability, with that dribbling ability. And it looks like this might be Manchester United on one of their first attacks of the game. They've had a few highlights, but none of them really threatening at all. Other than the the shot that went across the goal line. Obviously, that was one of the most threatening chances of the match. As the shot goes just wide, was that Amad Diallo, I think, that got on the end of that? Rashford has had an absolute shocker. A 5.9 from Marcus Rashford. Nianzou almost repaying our faith in him with a header, but it goes just over the crossbar. Just off the crossbar. They are not playing well this game. Look at all their ratings. 5.9 for Rashford, 6.3 for Fernandez, 6.4 for Martial. They've replaced, they put Pogba in there, next to De Jong. Brought in Wan-Bissaka at right back. What changes do we make? Bellingham hasn't had the best game, and he's tired. I think Nico is a fine replacement in this match. Or do I go Emre Can? Maybe I should go Emre. Like, I think Nico's the better player, but Emre Can is a lot more defensive. And I think that's what we need right now. There's, 3 minutes plus extra time, plus added time left in this match. Let's do this from the tactics screen, because I think I want to make some changes to the tactic. I'm going to bring Emre Can in for Jude Bellingham. I'm going to bring him back to a box-to-box midfielder. I'm going to move Bruyne to support. Move Camavinga to defend. Move Calafiori to fullback support. Move Luka Ness to fullback. I'll keep him on fullback support. I thought about putting him to defend, but I'll keep him on support. He's got Chan as a help over there. Maybe I should move Chan to the left-hand side, actually, so he can help out Calafiori a little bit more. Or do I take off Mukoko for a winger? I've got Ryan Cherky on the bench who could play on that left-hand side. Yusuf Mukoko's had a terrible game. I said he can always pop up the goal, but so can Holland, so it's not like we're completely gutting our goal threat. Maybe I'll wait till the added time starts, then I'll make that sub. I know it could be the death of me, but I think we're going to do that. Give Mukoko another 3 minutes. If he doesn't do anything in the next 3 minutes, he's out. I'm going to start wasting time. Let's see how we do in the next 3 minutes of the game. All right, 4 minutes of added time. It's time to make that sub. Mukoko's going to come off. Rand Cherky's going to come on. I'm going to put both my fullbacks on defend now. It's time for us to defend. Holland can be on attack. I'm going to move to cautious. I'm not going to really change how we play, though, because the way we've played has kept them without a goal this entire game. So I don't know if I want to change that. Yeah, I don't think I want to change anything else. Just bring on Cherky, help out Calafiori a little bit down that wing. Actually, can Sancho play right mid? He can play right mid, naturally. I might actually move them back. He can play as an inverted winger on support. Cherky can come back, play as an inverted winger on support. 4-1-4-1. See this game out. I'm actually going defensive. 4 minutes left. Wasting time. Got some of the best players in the world on the pitch. Can they see the game out? We don't have any more subs to make. I'm pretty sure there's no extra subs for the Champions League. So I think we've made all our subs. We've done everything we can. Hopefully they don't score. Otherwise I'll have to make some changes. But this is what we can do to finish this game out. To see this game out and get the win. We won last year, or not last year. We won our first Champions League final 1-0. And we are mere seconds away from winning our second Champions League final. Beating Manchester United to get to it, which feels even better. We even did it without strikers, like Holland being the best striker in the world, did nothing. Absolutely nothing. Yusuf Mukoko was the third top goal scorer in the Bundesliga. He did absolutely nothing. And we're still probably going to win this match thanks to an Andrea Papetti corner goal. I don't want to hit go because that means they could do something, but I don't think I want to make any more changes. Let's just go and see if we win it. Surely they can't do anything in the last, mere seconds. It's already over the added time. And that's full time. We have won the Champions League final. We have done it for the second time in this series. Almost have our full squad that is homegrown at club. So close. Camavinga's still got a little bit more time. Nets has a little bit more time. But I think that's about it. We don't have any left back or right back that I could have started that. I guess we could have started that youngster that we have at the club. I think he's homegrown at club. We don't have a defensive midfielder, though. We don't have any defensive midfielder that's homegrown. I guess I could have done it, actually, couldn't I? I could have completed this series right here and now. But I would have had to start Eichinger over Camavinga. I would have had to start, what's his name? The right back. I can't even think of his name. Our third string right back. I would have had to start him over Nets. But I could have done it. Chan didn't start, so that's not a problem. I still think I made the right call starting the best players. Camavinga played really well, made the difference. Nets played really well, made a difference. I don't know if those youngsters would have done as well as Camavinga and Nets did. They might, they're not quite ready. next year Camavinga and Nets will be ready. So I feel okay with with how we did this. I think one more season, hopefully just one more season. If we could win this next year, we will complete the series. Let's go to the dressing room. Congratulations, lad. I'm happy the performance is out there. Enjoy your success. These are the moments you'll remember when you hang up your boots. Our second Champions League final. Feels pretty good. Like, that's exactly what I wanted from this season. I wanted to show that we are the best team in the world. Now we just need to do it again. Congratulations, Ryan. How good does it feel to win the Champions League? This is for the fans. They made it possible so much, and it means so much to them to see them celebrating with us. It wasn't impressive. We had the XG advantage significantly. We celebrated treble, the Super Cup, the Bundesliga, and the Champions League. Jadon Sancho's, now it doesn't matter. Haaland, happy to stay. Yes, I forgot about that. We had promised Haaland we would win a Champions League final. Otherwise, he would have wanted to leave. So that was actually huge. He's convinced by our successful Champions League campaign that he wants to stay at the club. I mean, he wouldn't have had any choice otherwise because he's got a contract until 2027. But it's good to see that he's now happy at the club. Border happy. Man United actually won the Champions League the year they beat us, too. Literally, the two teams that beat us in the last 2 years won the Champions League. And we won it the 2 other times. So we're either winning it or getting knocked out by the eventual winners. That's pretty good. Bruyne, man of the match. Of course, he's just so ridiculously good. Chelsea want him. They're going to have to pay about $350 million for him. That's my price. 130, I laugh at that. That's chump change for Giovanni Reyna. He might be the best midfielder in the world right now. Actually, Kevin De Bruyne is pretty ridiculous. I looked at his average rating in the Premier League, and it was very high. If we go to Manchester United, go to the Premier League. Yeah, 7.98. Average rating in the Premier League. 18 assists. Maybe he's the second best midfielder. Maybe Reyna is the second best midfielder in the world. Liverpool only won the title by 1 point over Man City. That's going to be the end of the season. Next, we'll have a end of season review, and we'll do an off season. I think next season I'm only going to show Champions League matches because obviously we need to get through this series. FM22 is getting very close to getting here. And obviously I'd still like to do a little bit more of our save with hearts. I paused it for now just because I wanted to make sure we finished the series. But if we could finish this in the next week, maybe hearts will come back for a little bit. Might not be able to finish it, but I at least give another shot to try to win the league. No, I got a lot to think about. But yeah, I think next season I'm just going to come back for the Champions League. So you'll see the off-season review. And then the next episode after that will be the first Champions League group stage match. We're going to ignore the Bundesliga, act like it isn't there. We're still going to play our first team in it, make sure we try to win it, because I still want to win everything I can. Obviously, it's not the goal, but I still want to win everything I can. So it's important to me. So I'll see you next episode for a season review. What a ridiculous season it was. The best season in Dortmund's history. Without a doubt. If you made it this far, why don't you like the video, subscribe, and click the bell. The links to all my socials are also in the description. I really appreciate all your support. Thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you next time.